Fur balls. Fur balls. Fur balls. And more fur balls. As you guys are probably aware, we've picked up 2 cats in the last few months, and with the summer months, they're definitely shedding a lot more, so I was looking for something to help us keep up with the fur balls, because I'm vacuuming literally every day. So I did order a Dyson V8, and we've been using this every day and absolutely loving this thing, but the day that I ordered this, a company reached out to me and offered to send out another vacuum, very similar, for a lot lower price. So today we're going to be taking a look at this guy, the Deenkee DV888DC-HXW-2 handheld vacuum cleaner. This is obviously not a one-to-one comparison with the Dyson V8, but the Dyson retails for like $400 and this retails for about $169, and there's a $20 off coupon available on Amazon right now. Might be different whenever you're viewing this, so just make sure to check the Amazon listing down below for the latest and greatest details. Keep in mind, if there is an Amazon link there, it's probably an affiliate link, which means that I'll get a little bit of a kickback if you make a purchase, so I definitely appreciate that. But let's dive into the vacuum cleaner and give it a quick test. So, inside of the box, you obviously get the stick, which makes this a stick vacuum. Little cleaning attachment, power adapter with barrel connector, 26 volts at 450 milliamps. The base mount, floor mount, wall mount, wherever you want to put it. There are a couple of places here where you can screw it in, and you could route the power cable through the back here, so you can always mount this on the wall, with a few included screws and anchors. What appears to be a small adapter. The motorized floor cleaning attachment. You can probably see there, motorized floor brush, model numbers and ratings and everything on there. And last but hopefully not least is the unit itself. So there it is. The Deenkee, very long name that I can't remember at the moment, cordless stick and handheld cyclone vacuum cleaner, as it says here on the bottom. Now, as you are probably aware, if you're watching my channel, I am not a vacuum reviewer. This is just kind of a piece of technology that a company offered to send out, and I offered to give it a look, but vacuums have definitely come a long way in terms of their technology. This has a lot of moving pieces and parts. Looks like this whole bottom section detaches, so you can take it all out and clean it very thoroughly, but there's also just a button here, so if you wanted to clean it while it was on there, you press the button, bottom pops open. This section here says lock and open, so I should be able to take all of, oh, that all comes apart. So you can get in and really clean the filters out and everything. This whole section opens up and comes off. The battery at the bottom comes apart. Feels like I'm taking apart some sort of a weapon, but never done that. Very nice though to see the battery can very easily be removed. It says it is a 2200 milliamp hour, 48.84 watt hour secondary battery. Should be pretty easy to put back in place as well. Just click these back together. Snap everything back together. There we go. I think I took it all apart wrong in the first place. I think I was supposed to just push this button and it would all pop in half. You live and you learn, right? So it looks like this little adapter is meant to go with this cleaning attachment. This is like a crevice attachment. They just kind of fit in together like that. Then you can attach this end either to the end of the stick or directly to the end of the vacuum unit. But just for traditional standard usage, you're going to want to stick the stick in the end of the unit, put the motorized bit on the other end, click it all together, and you're ready to go. So one of the things I've kind of gotten used to with the Dyson is that you have to hold the button down the entire time. With this one, apparently it has 2 click modes. So you click it once, it comes on in low mode. Twice, it goes on in the max mode, the faster mode. And maybe you could see it there. There's a display on the top, a little LED that shows you how many bars of battery you have left before you have to actually charge. According to their listing on Amazon, this has up to 35 minutes of battery life and up to 200 watts of power. That's at that max mode. And presumably the 35 minutes will be without the motorized head on it in the lower mode. So I think the Dyson is rated for up to 40 minutes and up to like 7 minutes at max power, and less than that if you're using any of the motorized heads. So it's pretty comparable in terms of battery life as well. Not something you're going to want to do your whole house with, but for those spot pickups like I mentioned earlier, this is the kind of thing you'd be looking for. And with that, I'd say it's about time to take it out and see if it can pick up some of those fur balls. So just a quick once over of the basement and the main floor of the house. This is what was trapped. Let's do the quick cleaning by pressing the button here. So the ejection mechanism definitely needs a little bit of work. On the Dyson, it all just kind of pops out. But at least with this, there's a couple of clips I can take out, and this whole center section comes apart so I can easily clean it. But it did pick up an awful lot of hair, awful lot of crumbs from the kids and everything, and it doesn't take a lot to clean it. But again, just giving a fair comparison, I definitely prefer the way the Dyson works because the entire thing just ejects. Just for a point of comparison, I sucked some of the hair back up in the Dyson. If I pull this little tab here at the top, the entire bottom section pops out, and everything just falls out of it. So you don't have to actually get in there and dig around to clean it out. Pop it all back together and you're done. The connection points on the Deenkee are also a little bit more fiddly. So you push it all together, give it a little click, but it takes a little bit more force. Whereas with the Dyson, everything just kind of lines up, clicks in place very easily. Very minor complaint there, not a big deal. And actually a couple of things I do really like about the Deenkee so far. One, you've got those LEDs on the front. I didn't even really know that that was a thing beforehand. Two, you've got the LEDs on top. The Dyson, it has them on the side and they're a lot smaller and harder to see, so that's kind of nice. Three, the 2-press button. That's both a good and a bad thing. Not having to hold the button on to keep it vacuuming, that's great. But at the same time, having to click through a second time to go through the max mode to get it to turn off. Not a huge fan of that, but I can work around that. The other thing, and this is going to be a minor thing and really might only be for me, on the Dyson, the charging connection point is right here on the handle, right about where my hand sits. And for whatever reason, when I'm vacuuming with this, my hand touches that and I get shocked every time I use it. Whether I'm barefoot, in shoes, on carpet, on hard floors, it really doesn't matter. I get shocked every time I use this vacuum. Whereas the Deenkee has its plug right here on the back, so while I was using it, my hand goes here. I didn't touch this plug at all. I didn't get shocked. That's great. And a little while later, we are back. So initial thoughts and impressions about the Deenkee vacuum that has a very long model number that I cannot remember. As I said earlier, I'm not a huge fan of the way this ejects material. The Amazon listing made it sound like it was going to shoot it out of the bottom very much like the Dyson does, and it just does not do that, which means that for things like hair and fur, which is the grand majority of probably what I'll use this for, I'm gonna have to like manually reach up in there and pull it out, which it is what it is. As you also might have noticed earlier, I had some issues with this head not wanting to pick up larger particulates on the floor, and that really has to do with the fact that the Dyson comes with a head that's specifically designed to be much more open to picking up those larger things, and this one is very flat and flush against the floor. Great for carpet, not necessarily for hardwood. However, I was not able to find other head attachments for this device, which means that this is what you get and that's about it, unless I can find other ones. So if you know of any other attachments that will work with this, that have this attachment point you saw earlier, let me know down in the comment section. I'll look for them. Sorry, minor update while editing. I dug around in the box again after I finished editing the video. Found a couple extra things that I forgot to mention that were buried in the side. There is a user manual that was included. There's a little thank you card and a warranty card. There was also a hard floor roller brush, and I looked and it's pretty quick and easy to install. You basically just take a flathead screwdriver, turn this little screw over here. This roller that comes with it, the one for carpets, does come out very easily. You could swap it out for the hard floors brush. However, again, it's not going to raise it up at all. So in terms of getting larger particles, it's not going to make any difference. But still, you have now two options to go between with this, not just one for carpet. Back to Jordan from earlier. In terms of the size and weight, it's about the same size, about the same weight as the Dyson. It might be a pound lighter. Online, I found that this says it's about 3 pounds and the Dyson is supposed to be about 5.5 pounds, but I don't notice that big of a difference between the two. Charging time is about the same. Usage time is about the same. So if you're in the market for a new stick vacuum, if you've never used one before, it might be worth looking at one of these before you spend $400, $500, however many dollars on a Dyson. I managed to find the Dyson refurbished and had a coupon code to put on top of it, so I got a really good deal on it, but this guy with a coupon on top of it, if it's still available, is also a very good deal. Significantly cheaper still than what I paid for my Dyson. Am I gonna stop using the Dyson in favor of this? No, absolutely not. But the house that we live in does have 3 floors, so this is going to be dedicated to the basement where the cats live to get cat fur, cat litter, cat food, all of the messes that the cats make, as well as the messes I make when I'm working down here. And I think it will do a great job for that because it's entirely carpeted. It's going to be a pretty good fit. The Dyson will take care of the other 2 floors. But let me know what you think of it down in the comment section below. I've gone on entirely too long about a vacuum on this tech-related channel. Thanks so much to Deenkee for sending this out for me to take a look at. Thanks to you guys for watching. Hit the thumbs up if you happen to like the video. Subscribe to the channel to get notified when new ones come out. They will rarely be about vacuums. More often than not, they'll be about new technology products, cameras, microphones, smartphones, tablets, tablets, laptops, things of that nature, and some more really fun things that are coming up that are over that way. But again, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.